Hello fellow sword enthusiasts. This supplemental information video is for my friend Steve, but I figured that it would be useful for any other person getting into backyard cutting. What 95% of people do when they first get into cutting, whether it's the very first time they swing or even if the first couple swings are good, I usually see people moving into this habit, is that their long edge of their sword, which would be this edge, the one that you would naturally want to cut with, their long edge tends to be tipped up too much. And what I mean by this is, if this is a swing, that a lot of people, and I'm going to exaggerate this a couple times, are tilting their lead edge or their long edge up way too much. So when they're coming in for a cut, it's just too high up in the air to really make a good aligned cut, and you're going to be lucky to cut the bottle, let alone get a silent cut with that. So whenever I say tip the lead edge down or tip the long edge down, what I mean is, as you're swinging, go ahead and just mentally pull that lead edge down, so that even on a cut like that's more vertical, 95%. I've introduced a lot of people to backyard cutting, not on the internet, just people I know, and every time they've always had that front edge tipped up too much. I'm not sure what it is about fighting mechanics, but that's how it always is. So I always tell them, just push that edge down, and then before long they're getting silent cuts. So yeah, that was the first note. To just rotate this. Well, here I've got this little device here, homemade visual aid, so you can kind of see the angle a little better. This is what most people do. They come in and they swing. Right, that tree's in the way. Give me a. All right. So they come in and they swing, and their lead edge is way too up. Even on like the downward cuts, it's just not lining up. What you need to do, pull that lead edge down. So instead of this, you'll get something like this. You're wanting that little tube here to follow the same points in space all the way through the cut. You don't want it to plow through the air. You're not trying to push snow out of the air. You're trying to carve right through the snow. You're thinking like a rudder on a boat. Well, no, that's bad because boat rudders. Anyway, lead edge, push it down a little bit, and I would almost guarantee you that instantaneously you'll start to see better cuts. So yeah, first time cutter, you'll probably be cocking the lead edge up too much. Just make a mental note, like don't forcibly, don't point it against the ground and just swing with the flat like that. That's not going to work. Just keep that in your mind, to keep that lead edge down, and usually that's enough to pull the lead edge down just enough to where you'll be making good cuts. And also don't just fling the blade out there. You want to strike with the blade, not just throw the blade. So I hope that this helps. If I've just added to your confusion, I'm sorry, but hey, can't blame a man for trying.